What's up? What's up?
What up? What up? What up, people? You know what it is. It's RJ Fancy Football Talk. Rodney, this is Jay. What's going on, bro?
What's going up is championship week. I'm in three.
Yeah.
I'm in three.
Oh yeah.
We played each other this past week in two games, and we split them evenly. So that actually worked out all right. So we doing our thing this year. How about
Yeah.
you?
Uh, I won one already, so congrats to me.
Good job.
Um, I'm in two this week, and I'm in the semifinals in another league. So hopefully I'll be going to one next week. So I'm trying to get four championships this year, which would be probably my best year in
Probably.
fantasy.
I don't think probably. I think that's a definite.
Hey, I think it'll be my best year in fantasy.
Yeah.
It, it,
Yeah.
it, it was some good. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I told you. I said if I don't win nothing else next year, I am okay with that. So, but I got I got some big championships coming up. Hopefully, I can win them though. So we'll see. I'm gonna do it for R&J, man. You know
Well,
how we do.
hey, since you're not playing me in any of these championship games, I wish you well, and I hope you win them all.
I hope you do the same.
Welcome, Orlena Lewis, to the show. I was back home this past week, so got to spend some time with the family. So that was really cool. Uh, but happy to be back here with you all, talking about fantasy football. Um, got any news and stuff before we jump in?
So first, I want to, you know, give a this one hurt a little, not hurt, but I ain't gonna say it hurt, but like John Madden. John Madden to
Yeah,
everybody. I never watched John Madden as a coach, but I watched John Madden as
we're not
a
that old.
we're not that old, so I never watched him as a coach, but I did
Right.
watch him as a broadcaster.
Yeah.
And but my most memory is John Madden football. Just the video game in itself was such a big thing. Um, Madden when it came out, it blew up, and then I
Yeah.
mean, because everybody, I'm telling my age, but everybody remember Tecmo Bowl. So Tecmo Bowl was the first real football game that
Right.
everybody played. But after Tecmo Bowl came out and John Madden came out, John Madden just blew Tecmo Bowl out of the water. They couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
So it got to the point where actually John Madden, EA brought the rights to the NFL, so nobody else could make NFL games, and they still hold on to that to this day. So John Madden was a key figure in that for the first, I think, 7 games he was on the cover of the Madden, and then it went to players being on the cover. So hopefully, I hope they do something to where they take it back to Madden being on the cover this year. Well, the next year coming up,
Yeah, that would
just
be
to honor
a
him.
nice
That'll be
tribute.
kind of yeah. So the NFL is supposed to honor him with a silent, try to test him well treatment on
Yeah,
Sunday.
a
So
moment of silence. So
and
yeah,
he died at 85. I mean, they say he died peacefully, so it wasn't nothing crazy. So good.
yeah, definitely one of the greatest NFL coaches of the Rangers, of course. But went so far beyond just a coach, like you said, to an announcer, video games, the Madden Curse
Yes, the Madden Curse.
that we all know of, the six turkey legs, and then the turducken. So much of just an awesome guy. He had just a legend in his own time. So this past they just released that Madden special they did. So he pretty much just hung on long enough for that, and after that,
Yeah,
he went on. So definitely mad respect to John Madden. So
definitely, definitely. But we're gonna lighten the mood a little bit. I don't know if it's even lightening the mood for real, but
right
Big Ben is supposedly playing his last game at home
in
for the
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh Steelers. But my true opinion, I think he's done. I think he's been done for like 2 years.
Yeah, yeah,
If you watch him, he can't really move in the pocket. Like he's concrete back there. He can't move. He stands in one spot and just try to turn.
yeah.
Defenses they get on him and they sack him all the time. So I think he should have left this year, honestly. But I mean, I guess he tried to prove a point to say he still could play. But I'm kind of glad to see him kind of. It's not on a high note, but
Yeah, but
he going out on his own terms. So I get it.
And I hope he has the best of weeks in his last time in Pittsburgh, because he is my super flex player in one of my leagues. I'm in the championship here. So, Ben, go out there and throw like 3 touchdowns just to show him that you can end your career as the best. Do it for me, if for no one else.
I guess, man. It's only for you, huh? I ain't got him.
Only
so
for
hopefully, being that you're in the championship and you're using him, hopefully, I hope he do well to bring some more championships to RNA. We already got one. We need to bring about 7 this year. So definitely
big request right there.
Hey, we can do it, man.
Hey, speaking of which, it's not completely impossible because our producer plays fantasy football as well, and she is in a championship game in one of the 4 leagues she's played with. Plus, she has a best ball championship that's almost wrapped up. So look at her. So she could bring in 2 this year by herself. We'll see.
Look, man, we doing big things over here, man. A lot of chips over here. For anybody that don't know, me and Jay is tied at 8 championships now. Yeah. Total. Well, we tied at 8 championships.
8 apiece.
He got 8. Yeah. I got 8, and I'm trying to go for 11. You know, I'm shooting for 11.
This will be a year because I'm in a contention for 3 additional ones, and you already won 1 this year that made us tie, and then you have another 2 you're going for. So it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool stuff.
Hey, take our advice, people.
A banner R&J year. I see our producer chiming in already.
Honestly, and this next piece of news, it may hurt my chances, but I don't think so. My teams are pretty stacked this year. So, but Adam Thielen is out for the season with an ankle injury. Big blow to anybody that had him in fantasy this year. He was on a low. He has been really, really, really good this year. Because he wasn't being drafted high this year, like previous years. But
you could get
at the
him
same
on
time,
cheap.
You know, you got him for cheap. But he's produced really good numbers when he was healthy. So, I hope he get healthy for next season because he's on my radar again.
The one positive, if you want to think of it that way, is the Vikings have already been without him a few years, so he really just got back from an extended period of absences. So if you have Adam Thielen, you hopefully by now already have adjusted to him not being there. So it's at least it's not something completely new to you. So hopefully you already have a strategy. If you picked up KJ Osborne, I hope you didn't let him go because he's going to be useful probably again this week.
Yeah, I picked him up in 2 leagues, so I got him going. So definitely. But the last piece of news, and I want to talk about this a little bit, is the new revised COVID-19 rule for the NFL. So instead of 10 days of isolation for unvaccinated and vaccinated players, it's 5 days. Because they're saying the first 2 days are more the days that are when you're really sick, and then it's the last 2 days when it's not that bad, but you got to wear a mask for the next 5 days after that to make sure you don't spread it. Me personally, I think they should have stuck with the 10 days because going to 5 days doesn't make sense. But that's just my personal opinion. I think it's more about money at the end of the day. I think they're losing too many big players, and they can't postpone games. And it's all about cash flow at the end of the day. So.
Well, this new rule is sort of a result of what the CDC has recently put out, because the CDC has also reduced the number of isolation days down to 5. We won't get into a question in the CDC and such, but I will comment that one of the things Fauci said was this new rule would get people back to work faster. And so apparently that also includes the NFL getting players back to work quicker. I don't like it only because I missed Travis Kelce last week, and that messed up my day. So I don't care about it. No one else should get players back faster if I didn't get what I wanted. So
look, man, I lost Eckler.
I lost Eckler too. Yeah, I forgot about. And Eckler actually meant more than Kelce did. So yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It hurts me. It hurt me. I had Eckler in 4 leagues,
Yeah.
so I missed him in 4.
But you beat me to getting Justin Jackson in the league where we played each other and tried to use it against me because that's the league I lost Eckler in. It didn't work though. I still won.
It didn't work.
It was close though.
It was close.
It was real close.
I was trying to steal the other backup running back too, but it wouldn't let me. I had too many running backs up there, so I was like, "Oh man, I can't do this to my guy, man." But it's okay. All the spirit of competition.
Hey, all's fair in love and fantasy football, so I ain't even mad at you. Hey, you got to it before I did, so I ain't mad at you. That's what you're supposed to do.
Oh, look, I learned well early on in life playing fantasy, so you got to grab them when they're there. So
yeah,
it happens. So definitely. But we're going to get into these games. So we're going to do what we did last week, where we're going to go over all the games pretty much this week. And we're going to give you some advice on who to play, who not to play, and, go from there because it's a big week for you. It's championship week, and we're going to try to help you out, try to get this championship. So we're going to start with the...
Well, before we get started,
okay.
Just a common theme that you're going to probably hear us say, play your studs. This is the championship week. Don't get brand new and do something stupid.
Don't try to switch it up.
Don't try to outthink the room on this one. If you made it to the championship, you probably know what you're doing. Stay with it. But there are some games where you have to. We need to bring in some stuff. So there you go. Just wanted to get that out the way. So when you hear me say it like 27 more times, you know what's up. Welcome John Bland to the show. What's up?
What's up, bro? So we're gonna start with the first game, which is the Atlanta Falcons and the Buffalo Bills.
Right.
If you're in the championship game, which I'm in one, I got Matt Ryan going in this one.
Right.
I really don't like the matchup because Buffalo has a really, really good defense, but in a 2-quarterback system, you pretty much don't have a choice at this point. And Kyle Pitts, I'm hanging on thin ice with Kyle Pitts. He had a really good game last week.
Right.
Question is, can he do it again? That's the question. I don't know if he can do it again because he's really been hit and miss a whole lot this season. So, and then with Buffalo, you're going with Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. I don't see anybody else playing.
Right.
So.
Well. Last week, we didn't know at the time. Gabriel Davis was a pick we liked. Unfortunately, he didn't end up playing that week. Do you like him? Do you like him in a rebound game this week?
I like Gabriel Davis, but I just think, I like Gabriel Davis because Atlanta's defense is really not that great. Also, I got Buffalo winning this week too. So. Just to let y'all know. Yeah,
I see. John said he wants us to do the game, pick the winning teams as well. So we'll do that as well. I like Gabriel Davis because only because what I saw from Isaiah McKenzie.
I was about to say that.
So
McKenzie is definitely
because I'm pretty sure that helps absolutely zero fantasy football team players because why in the world would you have started Isaiah McKenzie? But Gabriel Davis, you might want to start. So, I think this will be good because that Falcons defense is non-existent. So, this is going to be Josh Allen is going to win people championships this week. And
again.
So, I'm picking anybody that he's throwing to for this one. And I'm with you. I got the Bills winning also. Falcons, the only person I'm playing. Like you said, you have to kind of do Matt Ryan if you have him in there. It's mainly for 2 quarterbacks or super flex. Kyle Pitts. As a tight end, he's actually been doing well, but far below I think what we expected him to do. But he's been a decent tight end play. Cordero Patterson has to bounce back. He had a terrible game last week.
Gosh, you see that? 2 weeks. The last
2 weeks, right?
He's been bad the last 2 weeks.
He's like disappeared when people need him the most.
Yeah, hopefully he has a bounce back game. But that Bills defense is just tough though. So they have really good secondary. So I don't really see Pitts doing much. But if that's your only choice, then you roll with him.
If he's on your team, he's probably the first tight end you drafted. And so I don't know if you have better options. There's the JLS. I was waiting for that to come in our comment section. For those that don't know, I am playing against my father for championship in one of our leagues. I've dubbed it the Jasper Bowl because I'm a junior. We both share a name. We're playing against each other, and he wants help on how to beat me. So I'm not giving it to you. I already told him when to play. No, I'm giving all bad advice, especially for you. So,
that's a good one. Oh man. So we got a question.
Yeah.
Who should I play? I'm assuming Josh Allen or Justin Herbert at quarterback this week.
Josh Allen for me.
Josh Allen for me. I mean, that secondary.
I mean, those are two really good quarterbacks. Don't get me wrong. In fact, I'm going to be playing Justin Herbert in one of my leagues, but that's because he's the best option I got. But if I had Josh Allen, I would be playing Josh Allen because the Broncos defense is good. I want to say something about the Broncos, but I'll say that for later. But it's not so much about their defense. But I think if you're going to say who's going to have the all-out game, Josh Allen, I think, is projected to be the number one quarterback this week. So go with him.
So we're going to go to the next game. It's the New York Giants and the Chicago Bears. And first of all, if you got any New York Giants on your team, you should not play any of them. And I'm talking even Saquon.
Even Saquon?
Saquon should not be on your lineup this week at all. I'm playing nobody for this game. For Chicago, actually, I think Darnell Mooney is going to have a really good game.
Right.
He has to. Because obviously that's Justin Fields' favorite target out there.
Right.
And David Montgomery, your boy, should have a good game playing against that Giants defense that's horrible. So, yeah, I'm going with the Chicago on this one.
Yeah.
I think they win this one. So
I don't like a lot of players in this game, but Darnell Mooney and David Montgomery are two of them I obviously like. Here's the deal with Darnell Mooney, though. There's a chance Andy Dalton's the starting quarterback for this one. We're a few days, but keep an eye on Justin Fields' injury. Hopefully he does. Hopefully he plays, but if he doesn't, it's Andy Dalton. I don't think that really should affect Darnell Mooney's numbers too much, though, because who else is he going to really throw to? It ain't been Allen Robinson all year. Cole Kmet is an interesting tight end, but no. So Darnell Mooney's to play, but I really like David Montgomery on this one. I'm with you on the Giants. Saquon Barkley is the only guy I'm going to potentially play only because of where you probably drafted him, but otherwise I'm trying to stay away.
Yeah, I really think Darnell Mooney, no matter who's the quarterback,
right,
is still going to get it because, like you say, they have nobody else to throw to, period.
Right.
So, and this next game is a really, really good one.
Oh, this game is exciting.
This is a good one. This is going to be a barn burner. The Kansas City Chiefs versus the Cincinnati Bengals. And I'm saying play everybody for Kansas City. Everybody. Everybody that you have possibly play. And I'm saying the same thing for Cincinnati.
Play everybody.
I mean, you play I'm talking Chase, Higgins, Boyd. You play everybody. You play your receivers. I got Kansas City winning this, but I think this one is going to be a fun one to watch. I'm trying to tell you.
Did we say the last one? I think we're both probably picking the Bears to win that last game.
Yeah, I'm picking the Bears to win.
Yeah, I don't know if we said it because I don't want to let John down. So, yeah, I'm with you. I have the Chiefs winning this one too. Can Joe Burrow duplicate that, 525 yards?
God.
I was like,
I hope he do. I hope he do. I hope every bit he does. I tell you. He won me a game by himself. Lord have mercy. I need him to do all that work. And I think he will because they're going to have to keep up. Yeah. I think they're going to have to keep up. And actually, they're in the contest to win. They're in contested to win the division, too. So they have to win this game. So I think it's going to be an all-out battle. It's going to remind me of when Kansas City played the Chargers early in the year.
Right.
And Herbert and Pat Mahomes was going at it. I think it's going to be something like that. Yeah. I think it's going to be fun one to watch. I can't wait.
The question would be, would this new and improved Kansas City Chiefs defense be able to slow down the Bengals offense?
I don't
I
think
hope
so.
for fantasy football purposes, I hope not because I actually here's the thing. I actually have Joe Burrow. He was on my bench last week because I have Justin Herbert on that team, and so here full story. That team's name is Cup of Joe because I have Cooper Cup and I have Joe Burrow. So a little wordplay there. But I've actually only started Joe Burrow like 3 times this year because Justin Herbert's played better. And this past week, I was like, man, I wish I had Joe Burrow playing to get those points, but I won that game anyway. So I'm with this dilemma this week of do I want to play Joe Burrow against the Bengals because I mean not against the Bengals, against the Chiefs because like you said, that game has the potential to be all out barn burner. We have another question from my father. I don't know why.
There you go.
maybe,
There you go.
maybe. All right, listen to this guy. He said, "Who should I start at quarterback? Kyler Murray or Tua Tagovailoa?"
You know, I should be that guy and say, you know what, I'm gonna let you answer because y'all playing each other this week. So I would be that guy and say, you know what, this one is on you, man. If you want to answer it, that's on you. I mean, because I'm pretty sure that game is probably for y'all. So you go first. It's all on you, man.
Here's my honest answer to that question. Kyler Murray is the better quarterback. He has not played great since he's come back from his injury, which might make you want to say, okay, let me try Tua. But I still don't. I still go with the guy I think is better. And I'm going to say play Kyler Murray. Honest answer.
Is that your honest answer?
That is my honest answer.
I mean, I would have been like play Tua because I'm playing them, so I would have been
Okay.
like, you need. I mean, you need to play Tua, but yeah. But in all honesty, Kyler Murray is the better quarterback at the moment.
Yeah.
He hasn't played the best.
He has not.
But again, Tua hasn't played anybody either. If you look at the list of games they won on the 7-game winning streak, they have played teams that have either quarterbacks have either been on COVID,
right,
or they've been hurt, or teams have been missing mad players from COVID. So he hasn't really played a really, really good team. Yeah. So I think I'm going Kyler Murray on this one. I think Kyler Murray is a better play. You drafted him high. You probably drafted him over Tua.
Yeah.
So you got to play again.
So.
Play your studs. Play who got you here. Don't try to do nothing fancy, sir.
Now here's the question: if you're looking at matchups, your team just played against the Titans. That's who Tua is going to be facing off against, and then Kyler Murray is going to be playing against another improved defense with the Cowboys. Between those two, I still gonna go and say I think the Titans are the stronger defense. I could see Kyler potentially putting up big numbers. Just don't throw at Trayvon Diggs too much, and I think they'll be all right.
I think the game with the Cowboys, that's a tough one, man, because that defense is playing lights out right now. Because at the end of the day, they are balling. But I think it's going to be a really, really good game, though. I think that game is going to be it's going to be just like Kansas City and Cincinnati. It's going to be that's a really, really good game. So, and we'll talk more about it. But I think that's just a really game. I'm going Kyler Murray. He got me there. Yeah. I'm not going. I can't go against the grain. I can't. I'm sorry.
All right, Kyler Murray is to play, and that's from both of us. So there you go. That's my honest answer. I see. We're nervous about the Kansas City Chiefs and the Bengals. Kansas City's been on quite a win streak. Speaking of win streaks, the interesting stat going back to Tua and the Dolphins is they're the first team in NFL history to have a 7-game win streak and a 7-game losing streak, all in the same season. So if you want to go with that hot hand, maybe that's your reason for picking Tua. It's not for me. I don't think that's hot enough. Comment back again from JLS that he also feels the same about Kyler Murray, just nervous about that Dallas defense. I would be, but I would be equally worried about that Titans defense, because apparently when they want to, they can turn it on. Y'all against y'all last week, the defense looked very suspect in that first half, and then they came out balling.
We gonna talk about.
We gonna talk about that.
Too.
Okay.
Yeah, we gonna talk about that later too.
All right, so we're both. Did we both? I picked the Chiefs. Did you say Chiefs for this game?
I'm going to Chiefs on this.
All
one.
right, so we're both picking Chiefs on this one, but potential barn burner that would be good. So hey, our next game is actually the Dolphins and the Titans. So don't play Tua if you have Kyler Murray. It's the first bit of advice. What you got on this one?
First of all, I got Tennessee winning. And I got Jalen Waddle. Like, the thing is, I watched that Miami game, right? And he doesn't look for anybody else. Yeah. I mean, nobody.
It used to be a little bit more Gesicki thrown in there, but yeah.
Oh, gosh, like every pass he threw to Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
No matter what. So, Jalen Waddle, you got to play him.
Yeah.
I want to say Devontae Parker, but it's so hard for me to say Devontae Parker when he does not get thrown the football.
Not on my championship week. Nah.
So the only person I'm playing is Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
That's it. And if you're in a 2-quarterback league, you may need somebody like a Tua if you need him, but only one I'm playing is Jalen Waddle, and for Tennessee, I'm playing A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
Do not put Julio Jones on the field. I repeat, do not put Julio Jones on the field. Julio Jones had a dud last week.
Yeah.
Don't do it. And I think he on the COVID list this week. So don't even do it. So if you need a quarterback, Tannehill is
Tannehill destroyed me last week.
I said if you need a quarterback in 2-quarterback league, you might have to play Tannehill. So
I played him in a 2-quarterback league. He destroyed me last week.
You had to. Yeah. That's why. But I wouldn't advise it. But if you need to play him in the 2-quarterback league, by all means.
Then you go. Yeah, they're worse options than Ryan Tannehill. Yeah. But yeah, I'm still bitter about last week was such a disaster with.
We definitely know.
Adding the Christmas holiday travel. And then the COVID guys that just decimated those 2 rosters that I lost last week. So it was a nightmare. But I'm still mad at you, Ryan Tannehill, because actually Ryan Tannehill was one of our projections at the beginning of the year to be not top tier, but he was like second tier, potential top tier guy. That did not work out at all.
I mean, I ain't gonna say it's partly my fault.
It's all your fault.
But no, it's not my fault because I was helping you. Yeah. I was being the good.
Oh, you talking about last week? No,
yes, I was being a good brother that I was.
No, I thought you talking about us picking Ryan Tannehill to be good this year was your fault. I was gonna let you take all the blame for that. But last week,
But last week I was helping.
Yeah, no, you did well last week. I appreciate it. It didn't matter, and I think I told you at the time, like, thanks for the heads up. It ain't gonna matter because I knew they were playing against y'all. Let's move off last week. Last week, old news.
You sound bitter.
I am. I'm very bitter because
you sound bitter.
I lost my chance to be in a championship game that you made it into, and that would have been a lovely, lovely day and a lovely Christmas for everybody involved.
Oh man, it would have been. It is. I bet. I know the feeling. What you saying?
Next year.
Next year, yeah. Well, we can go to this next game.
Yeah, let's move on. Did I say what I'm picking? I'm actually picking the Titans to win this one. I think. Oh, you did say the Titans, so we agree. Then never mind. I for some reason thought you had it the other way. So, we agree on every game so far. I think.
So far, I mean, it be that way sometimes.
Let's see how it goes here.
Well, the next game is your beloved Raiders versus the Indianapolis Colts, and the only players that I'm playing from the Raiders is Derek Carr.
Yeah, Derek Carr is a definite. My
Derek
man
Carr,
Hunter can't get no love. Y'all ain't got no love for Hunter Renfrow. Wow. Okay.
Nah, I'm going look. Championship week.
Potentially, he's going to be the new single season leader for receptions in the season. He's not that far away.
Congratulations. I appreciate it. Did he crack 1,000 yards yet?
He's on the cusp. He's on the cusp.
Okay, appreciate it. From the Colts, I'm only playing Jonathan Taylor, and I might think about playing Michael Pittman because Carson Wentz is on COVID-19, but they say he could be cleared to play. But I also heard they was talking about a reunion with Phillip Rivers for some reason, which was weird to me. Like this guy was just gonna come off the street coaching football and come in and just do some stuff. What's this all about?
I have no earthly clue, but no, please no.
Okay.
Please no. Here's my on this one. First of all, who are you picking to win?
I got the Colts.
I also have the Colts winning this one. I'm with you on the players. I do play Hunter Renfrow. I think he's going to be important in this one, especially with Darren Waller's now on the COVID list. So we'll see whether he can make it back in time. But even if he does, we haven't seen Darren Waller. When was the last time we actually saw Darren Waller? Was it this season at like the beginning of the season? So I think Hunter Renfrow has a big game in here. They're going to need him to balance, to get that offense going. Of course you play Jonathan Taylor. He let me down last week. But this week, I always say play whoever is the running back against the Raiders. That strategy failed me last week because somehow the Raiders learned how to stop the run game, and they shut down both Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon. I was waiting to get called out on that one because I know that was one of the things we talked about last week. And, yeah, the Raiders found a run defense for 1 week. I don't think they find that again against the Colts, so I expect the Colts to run all over my beloved Raiders and get the win on this one. What up, Keith Stewart? Welcome to the show.
What up, bro? What up, bro? What up, bro?
What's up?
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, man. Jonathan Taylor might run for 200 yards, bro. I'm just putting it out there.
Speaking of how many yards you had, someone asked how many yards does Najee have this year. Guess what, y'all? Nigel Harris is going to crack 1,000 yards this week coming up.
I told you.
I think he's only like 15 or 16 yards away from 1,000. So I was wrong.
I told you that, though.
Yeah. I have no problems admitting my faults. But I was close, though. He almost didn't make it. He had a really good game. I think he ran for like 94 yards.
And you know the bad part about it is, you said because of the extra game, he might get it.
He's going to get it with 17. He's going to get it with 17. Barely, though. Just barely.
No, barely. No.
No. I was wrong on that one. Somehow, that offensive line for the Steelers got really good over the course of a year. So,
I mean, come on now.
Hey, look at these stats for the last 3 years. There was nothing to suggest they were suddenly going to be as good as, and they still haven't been great, but they've been good enough because Najee Harris is talented. And I did say for fantasy football purposes, Najee Harris is going to be a great pick. He's going to be one of the top running backs. But I saw him doing it more with receiving yards than rushing yards, and he's actually done it with both. So
no, Angela, I mean it's by no disrespect, but the quarterback can't throw down the field. So I mean.
I thought that would also lead to him not being able to run for as much because no one's going to trust the long ball, so they're going to be crowding the line. And I thought he was going to have a much tougher time running. But, hey, he's really good. So I was wrong, and I admit it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But I might be right about Hunter Renfrow, though. So,
oh, my gosh. Really?
We'll see.
I guess, man.
I still got a ways to go on that one. But yeah. You gotta love Najee Harris, though. You know Najee Harris' story. How can you not root for him, right? So
look, Najee Harris is gonna be a top 5 back this year, hands down. I mean, I ain't gonna say 3, but I'm definitely gonna say 5.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
And Angelo, I might be coming for him, so don't try to get him in the draft next year.
Yeah,
you know how you work.
Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate it. I just try to tell the truth, people. That's it. So we're gonna go to this next game, and we got the New England Patriots and the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet. Don't play nobody. Well, don't play nobody from Jacksonville, and Damian Harris is the only one you playing from New England. That's it. Don't play Mac Jones. Do not trust Mac Jones this week. Do not try to go on a limb and say I'm an Alabama fan
No.
and I like Mac Jones, because it's not working for you. Do not do it. Don't do it to yourself. I'm trying to tell you, he's gonna lose it for you.
I don't even. Well, I do play Damon Harris based off what he did last week, but he's still a bit questionable. But I think that's just a precaution. I expect him to play, and if he plays, he should have a really good game. But I'm not even that excited about him. I'm not excited about this game. This is the Patriots should literally run away with this one. The Jaguars should just fold up and be like, see y'all next year. I'm with you. We're not playing anybody at all on that team. So Patriots win this one easily.
Yeah, I got the Patriots winning this one.
Yeah.
So we got another stinker up. Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New York Jets. For the Jets, you're only playing Michael Carter.
Yeah.
And that's a very, very iffy move, because that front seven of Tampa Bay is really good.
Yeah, I was running backs have not found a lot of success over the course of a year.
Not much
against the
But
Bucs.
if it's one bright spot, it's him. It's Michael Carter.
Yeah.
So play him if you feel like you need him, because running backs are thin nowadays. They're very thin. So if you feel like he can get you something to help out, definitely play him. And for Tampa Bay, they're gonna be without their head coach because he got COVID. Yeah. But they got a coach on the field in Tom Brady, and you just play all the guys that's available. Mike Evans should come back this week from COVID, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Antonio Brown had a good game. We know you don't like last week.
Dead to me.
And hopefully Gronk has a bounce back game, because he played terrible last week.
Yeah. Gronk can have a good game. Everybody else can kick rocks.
And don't forget Ronald Jones if you need a running back.
Kick rocks. Tom Brady is now officially dead to me as well, because both of the teams where he was my quarterback have been eliminated. So I hope they don't do anything. I hope the Jets win this one. It's never going to happen. But
you cannot feel this way on championship week. You can't.
I can if it's not. If one of my teams was in the championship, then I would feel differently. But I have no Buccaneers players that I need to depend on, so they can all kick rocks.
I honestly think you did better than most people. You was in 8 leagues. Yeah. You made 3 championships. That's not bad.
It's not bad.
And it's not bad. Not bad at all.
But Tom Brady can kick rocks, because he's going to be throwing to a guy who's dead to me in that whole team. I said it last week, though. I said last week, because they brought that guy back who's dead to me, when they said they were going to drop him, I hope they find no success the rest of the season, because karma has to come in at some point, and I hope a whole bunch of karma is headed towards the Buccaneers. Okay. That's right. I'm bitter.
Look, it's championship week. I need you to be focused on winning these championships, and not bitter, because we don't need this. We don't.
Hey, our producer says I can feel any way I want. And so, there you go. Thank you.
Well, just to let y'all know, the producer is his wife. Since
I am married to our producer, yes, but that doesn't stop her opinion from being any less valid.
Okay. Hey, look, I'm just trying to help y'all, because very close to you, so I kind of want to give you that advice. Be proud that you're in 3. Okay.
Let's stop talking about the Bucs, because they're all dead to me. Let's go to our next one. We got the Eagles and the football team. From Washington.
Lord have mercy. Do we gotta talk about these guys?
Miles Sanders is out. And he was finally getting things rolling.
Yes, he was.
Jalen Hurts.
Actually, I am going. I'm going with Philly. I'm going with Philly to win.
I'm gonna go with Philly to win too. I'm trying to think.
I think Dallas Goedert, the last time
Dallas Goedert's a good play.
He had really good game. He had a really good game against Washington in the last game.
Right.
But I think Jordan Howard is going to be really good.
I think based off the way the Washington football team's defense has been, I could see him having a good game, but it's hard for me to recommend someone actually playing Jordan Howard. But I guess so, because the Eagles have been running the ball successfully, and he's been part of the success. So
And the thing is, he's been getting 10 carries a game when Miles Sanders was there.
Right. And so with him
around
out
60, 70 yards, he's getting he's sharing it with Boston Scott. But I don't think.
But between the two of them, who would you expect to have a bigger game? I think we both would say Jordan Howard for that one. Yeah. So, I mean, it could be a sneaky play. It could be.
I mean, honestly, with running backs being thin the way they are, I think Jordan Howard is a sneaky play.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts actually may be a sneaky play.
Yeah.
Honestly. But for Washington, obviously you playing Gibson and Scary Terry.
Scary Terry with your fingers crossed, double crossed, because they're saying Tyler Heineke's going to still be the starter, but also some people are saying don't be surprised if you see Kyle Allen. I don't understand why in the world you would try Kyle. I mean, has Heineke been that bad? I don't think anybody is bad enough to justify putting Kyle Allen in a football game unless someone's hurt. That's the only time Kyle Allen should ever play.
Hasn't been great. And we all know that you haven't really been a fan of him anyway. So I think he really been great. I think I don't know if you make that change now. Right. Because one is just worse than the other. And
I guess why? What would be the purpose? Because you're not going to, let's put him in to see if we want to start Kyle Allen next year. Right. So.
Yeah. I mean, because obviously they're going to have a new quarterback next year. Yeah,
because Tyler Heinicke obviously isn't the answer. And I think that was sort of my thing against him all year and why I didn't really see much value in Tyler Heinicke. But he had people fooled for the first part of the season looking fairly decent. But I think law of averages is we're seeing more of why Tyler Heinicke's been a backup his whole career. He's not that good. And that was my whole thing. He's just not good. And so, fly, Eagles, fly. I'm going to agree. I'm picking the Eagles to win this one as well.
Yeah. But, hey, hopefully the Eagles, and the Eagles in the playoffs now, too. So they got to win to stay in the playoffs. So, if they win, they get that last spot or the sixth spot, however it works out. Right. So, they'll be in. So, actually, it'd be the seventh spot because we have this tiebreaker with them. So, we got that. But let's go to this next game, which it could possibly be a really good game. Possibly. But the Rams and the Baltimore Ravens. And I want to say first, Lamar Jackson did practice.
Yeah.
But Lamar Jackson was limping. So he was limping pretty bad, too.
Really bad.
I don't know if he plays. If he doesn't, the only one I'm playing from that team is Mark Andrews. It seems like Mark Andrews back there.
Is suddenly the dude.
He gonna get work regardless.
Yeah.
So Mark Andrews is a play for the Rams. You go Stafford. Sony Michel is a really good play. I agree. Week. Cooper Kupp. And you might want to sprinkle in a little Odell.
Neither one of us are big Odell fans, but Odell has been really showing off since he's been with the Rams, and I think that secondary for the Ravens is suspect, and I think he has a really good game. He and Cooper Kupp, obviously, because you've been playing Cooper Kupp all year. You don't need us to tell you play Cooper Kupp. Yeah. But Odell Beckham Jr., I think this is a good game for him because I think they're going. We've seen Matthew Stafford lately start lighting teams up, and I think he's going to definitely light up this Ravens team.
And the thing is, the Ravens secondary is so beat up right now. Yeah. They got a couple of corners that's out for the year, so and a couple of linebackers. So they hurting kind of bad on their back end. So I think the Rams win it. By the way, I got the Rams winning.
Rams also.
But if Lamar Jackson is healthy enough to play, I gotta. Do I trust him in a championship if you have him? My question is no, because on that ankle, he can't be himself. He can't be the Lamar Jackson that you know he's known to be, which is running around. That's going to limit him a lot, and he's really not a passing quarterback. I mean, I ain't gonna say he can't do it, but he's not really. That's not
been his strong point.
Yeah, definitely. So.
And that worries more so the way he's, like you say, he was limping a lot in practice. it worries me on whether he can finish the game, even if he does. He starting for fantasy football. Once you get things going,
Yeah.
there's no replacing a guy in mid game, so I'm staying away with it. John Bland says doesn't even matter. Who cares? But he says the backup quarterbacks love tight ends, and that is definitely
That's
true.
true.
It's a safety blanket.
That's
So
true.
if Lamar Jackson doesn't play, that might even boost Mark Andrews' value. So he is, I think, the most solid play on the Ravens, and maybe the only really good one. Rashad Bateman had a good game last week, but
How do you feel about Marquise Brown?
I'm playing Marquise Brown this week.
Okay.
All things being, I've been playing him all season, so I'm gonna keep rolling with it. But if it's not, I think it's kind of suspect even with Lamar Jackson, but without
Yeah.
him, I'm not really gonna be thrilled unless you just. But I'm playing Marquise Brown on the team where I don't have a lot of wide receiver options,
Okay.
so that's why
That makes
he
sense.
stays in. But overall, do I like it as a play? No, not at all.
Well, like I said, I got the Rams. I think they win it. But we're gonna go to this next game, and you want to talk about this one a whole lot because it's the Denver Broncos and the Chargers. I'll go ahead and get mine out of the way so you can have the floor. Um, I'm only playing Javonte Williams, and I just want to say this: I think it's a crying shame that they won't give him 25 carries. I do. I think
Right.
Melvin Gordon is, by all means, no disrespect to Melvin Gordon, but Melvin Gordon is not better than him.
No,
Not even a long shot.
I don't even think they think he's better.
It's got to be coaching. It has to be something to where you won't play this kid. This kid is way better than Gordon. Like he's hands down better than Gordon. But they won't play him. They won't give him 25 touches. Don't understand it. And I'm most disappointed at Jared Judy. So do not play him. Please don't. And I think it's more to do with the quarterback. I think he's a very talented receiver. I just think the quarterback room is really bad in Denver,
Yeah.
which you speak on. I got the Chargers winning this, but Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, and Austin Eckler is back this week.
Right.
So definitely plug him in and play him and win some championships. No Mike Williams, I don't think, because of COVID. So, but I'm gonna let you have the floor on this quarterback situation.
My only comment on this quarterback situation is it's awful, and so Drew Lock is projected to be the starter again this week. He's not that good, but the main thing I actually really wanted to talk about was the running backs, because like I said last week, I usually say play all the running backs. Last week, Drew Lock outrushed Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams combined, so it's just one of those things where I'm worried because for the last couple of weeks, Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon have carried like a questionable tag. They've played, but I think there's a problem there. So I'm avoiding like the Broncos in mass. I'm not playing anybody on that entire roster because I don't think anybody's trustworthy. After that performance last week against the Raiders, who I believe to be the worst rushing team defense-wise in the league, they mustered, I think, a combined 8 yards or something like that between Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon. Stay away. You're just going to play those those Chargers guys who've been faithful to you all year. Your Keenan Allens, your Austin Ecklers, and your Justin Herberts. Chargers are winning this one. AFC West battle, but it's not much of a battle. This game is pretty much done. I'm just waiting to see who the quarterback's going to be next year for the Broncos because, like you said, they've got some talented receivers. They have no one to throw to them.
Yep, and that's the problem. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I'm going to say Deshaun Watson. I really like Deshaun Watson there. Because with him being plugged into that offense, I think that offense would just be ready to go. Russell Wilson could be one. Because honestly, I think Russell Wilson fits that offense because of what coming from Seattle, it was a defensive-based team, which Denver is a defensive-based team too. And they got good receivers. And I think next year Javonte Williams will be the number one running back. So they will run the ball.
Yeah.
So I think those two quarterbacks come to mind. I don't see Aaron Rodgers for some reason, which is with the noise he's making now,
Right.
about possibly retiring and all this other stuff.
He
So
ain't retiring. Stop playing.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just reading what the news say, brother.
Yeah.
So
I don't believe that for a minute.
I don't believe it either, but I don't see him
not
going
not
there.
not the year he's having right now. No, come on.
So we'll definitely see, but I think next year when they get better receivers, Javonte Williams and Judy, Courtney Sutton, all those guys will be really good plays in fantasy next year. So
yeah,
definitely. So this is one I really want to talk about, this next game. The Houston
before
Texans.
you go, comment on the Broncos. Watson,
Okay.
Angelo Sykes agrees with you. The media won't be nearly as bad in Denver. Yeah. I agree with that. That would be a really interesting move. But he's hoping, of course, that he goes to the Steelers in Pittsburgh. I would make a really bad joke, and I don't apologize for it. With Ben Roethlisberger's pass, they could just slide Deshaun Watson right up in there, and it's
They
like,
sure
hey,
can.
we've been down this road already. So
I didn't even think about that because he went through the same situation. So
right. So,
the one team I don't think that I was really thinking about earlier was Washington.
Yeah.
But I think Washington,
they got too many problems
so
right
much
now.
going on.
They need to bring in an altar boy.
And they need to bring in somebody that's just so innocent that he don't spit on the ground type thing. Because they need somebody. But I think Denver is a great fit.
Yeah,
great
Denver
fit.
would be a really good pick there.
I'm gonna give you one that's a sleeper though.
Yeah.
And Cleveland is a sleeper.
That's an interesting one because they have to make this decision soon on what they're going to do with Baker and Mayfield.
Yeah, Cleveland is.
he has not been leaving a nice resume to convince someone to give him a lengthy contract. So yeah, that's a possible one.
Possible. Yeah. So we gonna see definitely.
Let's chat about your team.
So we got the next game is the Houston Texans and the 49ers, which I'm very, very happy this week. And I know it's bad to wish injury. I don't wish injury on nobody, possibly. But I really get upset with this guy named Jimmy Garoppolo a whole lot. And anybody that know me know I love my 49ers. And I was a big Jimmy Garoppolo proponent at one point. I even put out that I thought he would throw for 5,000 yards. But that never came to happen. But the thing is this. I got us winning. But I think Jimmy last week came out. He was hurt in the second. You know what? I can't take this guy. But he was hurt. He was hurt in the second quarter of the game and refused to come out. Didn't tell nobody. And I think that's just a bunch of BS personally, because if you're hurt, you're hurting the team. Can't grip the football. Come on, take yourself out the game. So I hope Trey Lance come in here and just blow the doors off so we can just kind of end this conversation of who's the starting quarterback going into the playoffs. Because I think he's a fraud. I think he's whack. I think he's getting paid $27 million to throw interceptions. And I think it's whack. But Eli Mitchell is playing this week. He's back at practice. Debo, Brandon Ayuk, Kittles. Davis Mills is somebody who's playable this week.
Yeah.
Brandon Cook
should be back from COVID.
This week. So those guys you play. But Trey Lance, I think, is going to go off this week, and he's going to have a good game. And last time I checked, this was the R&J show, so I can spend more than a minute.
Yeah, I was about to tell you, you went over your time limit right there. It's okay. It's not the 40-second play clock, but I was about to put up the timer for you, just so you know.
I don't need a timer, because I get emotional about my boys, so I'm going to let people know. So it is what it is. I hope Jimmy never comes back, personally. Yeah.
Do the Texans pull another surprise win out of their heads? No.
Not even.
Not at all. I got the 49ers winning this one, too. I'm not going to spend much time on it because, quite frankly, there ain't nothing to talk about. Because the Texans are really... Hey, wait. I do want to say one thing about the Texans before we move on to the next game. It's not about for 49ers, so hopefully that gives me some time. I mentioned last week that I was so desperate I started Rex Burkhead in one of my leagues. Boy, did that pay off big time.
He did work too.
Rex Burkhead put in. So now, truth be told, Rex Burkhead is going right back to my bench this week.
Yeah.
But for the 1 week he was a starter on my fantasy football team, thank you, Rex Burkhead. There you go. That's all I got. 49ers winning. So
49ers winning. So thank you for my minute and a half. I appreciate it.
Yes. All right, Cardinals and Cowboys.
I got the Cowboys. Cardinals are on a downward slope where they can't seem to win football games for some reason. Zeke is playing well. He's almost 100%. That
Zeke's
defense
looking back
just,
and strong. Yeah.
Yeah, that defense is crazy. CeeDee Lamb, Amari, you play both of them. You play Dak. You play Zeke. You play the defense. For Arizona, Kyler Murray, Chase Edmonds is one guy that you play. He's very sneaky good.
Yeah. Chase
But
Edmonds.
I don't think.
But James Conner might be back. How does that affect? If he, it's not a guarantee he'll be back.
I don't think so,
But,
because when they came back and they was running, Connor was only getting about 10 carries.
Yeah.
So I don't think that affects any of them. So I think at the end of the day, if anything, they're gonna split. But I think I think Edmund coming in the season was the number one back anyway. So I think you roll with Edmonds personally. But honestly, I like him. But it's gonna be if you got anybody that's better, because I'm telling you, Michael Parsons and all those boys on the front line.
Yeah,
they're good. They're really good.
That defense is real. Like you said, with Michael Parsons especially, and then Trayvon Diggs in the secondary. I see you might have a offer for bet with the 49ers in Houston.
We gonna talk. I call you.
Okay.
I call you.
But yeah,
I want that one. I take that bet.
This game, I think, is we mentioned a potential barn burner earlier in the show with the Chiefs and the Bengals. This has the potential to be a very barn burner-ish game because both of these defenses are actually pretty good. Neither defense is bad, but both of these offenses have the potential to put up numbers as well. I think this is going to be a really interesting game to see if the Cowboys are for real, because in a lot of their wins lately, they've not gone against the best of competition. This one is going to be, and so if the Cardinals are going to play like they've played a lot lately, I think the Cowboys win. And so I'm going to pick Cowboys for today. But this is one the Cardinals really need to win, because they used to be the top seed in the NFC, and they've fallen down with some losses. This one will help them, even if they can't get the number one seed back. As a confidence level going into the playoffs, this is a game the Cardinals need to win, because they're a young, as far as their quarterback is concerned, they're a young team, and they need to establish some credibility going into the playoffs. Because we know the Cowboys, they're going to lose in the playoffs anyway, because that's what the Cowboys are.
Yeah. Well, I think like the thing with Kyler Murray, if you get pressure on him off the edges, well, he can't run out, and they will. I think it's gonna be a difficult. It's gonna be a difficult day, but I think just because of the fact that they're gonna have to stay in the game, he's gonna be throwing a lot more.
I agree.
I think missing Hopkins right now, they missing him a whole lot.
A whole lot, yeah.
So,
right,
but I got Dallas winning this.
Both was our Cowboys. Have we disagreed on any games so far today?
Not yet.
I don't think we have.
Not yet.
And we probably went on this next. Well, I don't know. This next one, I don't know.
This next one,
terrible.
Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints.
Terrible.
The only one I'm playing for Carolina, because that quarterback situation is so shaky, boy. Man, I mean, shaky. DJ Moore is the only one.
And I'm not even that excited about that, but yeah.
Either, but if you need a receiver, DJ Moore is about the only one.
Yeah. I might be more excited about Amir Abdullah in this one, and I'm not excited about him either.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. And Alvin Kamara.
Alvin Kamara is he's the only definite from both teams for me. Alvin Kamara is a definite starter. I don't like anybody else. Like you said, DJ Moore, you're gonna probably start where you drafted him, but this like you said, the quarterback situation in Carolina is awful. Sam Darnold's gonna be the starter, but Cam Newton's gonna get plays in there just like we saw last week. Stay away, stay away, and that makes me want to just stay away from the whole team because they have no identity, like at all. And quite frankly, neither do the Saints for the most part. So Alvin Kamara's the only play I like. And
I got New Orleans winning.
That's it. We still do agree. I've got the Saints winning this one as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
we own to something. I might surprise you on the next one, though. I ain't gonna lie. I might surprise you on the next one. So we gonna
Lions and the Seahawks. Is Jared Goff gonna play with his bad knee?
I don't think that matters personally.
You don't think it matters? Okay.
Nope. I think St. Brown and DeAndre Swift are only two you play from Detroit. Russell Wilson, Rashad Penny, DK. But
no love for my man Tyler Lockett?
Tyler Lockett too, if you want to put him out there. He hit and miss. He didn't do that last week. So
is DK. Like over the course of the year, he's been hit and miss.
So that's why I'm about to surprise you, and I am going with Detroit to win the game.
Okay.
Going with Detroit to win the game. And I'll tell you why.
Please.
That secondary in Seattle is
bad.
Not great. Not great at all.
It's bad.
And I just think Detroit has been playing.
They've been playing inspired. They've been playing inspired football
lately.
Yeah.
So, and I think St. Brown is just gonna be really good. I think he's been good the last 5 weeks. Yeah. And I got him starting in like 2 leagues. So I hope he do well. So I think Detroit wins this.
But you don't think golf matters for this one?
It didn't matter last week, did it?
True.
And they beat the Chargers team.
I still am trying to wrap my head around how that happened.
They beat the Chargers, and the Chargers are better than Seattle.
That is true. That is true.
I'm going Detroit on this one. I feel like Detroit is gonna shock the world and beat them.
Well, here's the first part I'm gonna say on that one.
Okay.
The way the Seahawks have played lately, I don't even know if it's a shock if the Lions end up winning this one. I'm with you. They played very inspiring, and I actually went back and forth on this game, but I did not expect you to pick the Lions on this one.
Picking Lions.
You make a good point, and you have me interested.
Okay.
But I'm still going to go with the odds and say the Seahawks win this one. I can't do it. The only thing I am really excited about this game is getting DeAndre Swift back. And so if we get Swift back, of course the main team that I needed him for has already been eliminated from the playoffs. So I guess it doesn't matter. But I still want to see DeAndre Swift have a good game there. The Lions, okay. You're picking the Lions to win. I'm going to go with the Seahawks. Like I said, DeAndre Swift is my play. Amon-Ra, St. Brown, it's a great play. And then you play those talented wide receivers. Rashad Penny, like I said, put on a show, so I think he has the potential to be a really good one as well. So, yeah, that one should be interesting to see. We agree on every game except this one thus far. Let's see how
if my recollection isn't that bad. Let me remember now.
Yeah.
Didn't Seattle lose last week?
I think your recollection is correct.
Thank you. So they lost last week to another bad team.
Yeah.
Last week. So
they lost, but their defense did well enough for me.
Their defense did not do well enough at all because
not to win the game. Fantasy football defense.
Oh no. I'm saying in real life.
Yeah,
they didn't play well at all.
I don't even understand real life.
They didn't
win.
They allowed the final score. He caught it with one hand in the back of the end zone. That's bad play.
Yeah.
In the secondary.
They are a really terrible defense. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Just think about what I'm just saying.
No, I'm with you. This one could be a good pick by you. I know that your hatred and bitterness towards other NFC West teams had a factor, but despite that, I think you might be right.
I just want to put this out here. It was not for my hatred because
it's a little bit of hatred in there.
No, Seattle does not affect me this year because they're not in the playoffs. They're not affecting me. They're not.
Just a little bit.
How are they affecting me? They're not. Not even. No, not even. No. I would tell you.
You carry over some saltiness from years past. Just a little sprinkle. Just a sprinkle. A sprinkle of hate.
I know you know me well, but my hatred ain't that bad, is it? Lord have mercy.
A little bit.
Okay.
But I will concede you might actually that's actually a sneaky good pick.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I like that one.
Cool. I respect that. Then we had another game, divisional game. The Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. And I'm going Green Bay, just because Green Bay is just playing well.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones, Devontae Adams. You play all those boys. Cook is back this week from COVID. Jefferson, he's gonna do work with no Thielen.
Yeah.
And how much do you trust Kirk Cousins?
I trust Kirk Cousins a lot because he is also starting for me in one of my games.
Okay.
And by a lot, I really don't mean a lot. But I'm depending on Kirk Cousins. He has not played as well in these playoffs as I expected him to. Usually playoffs time is Captain Kirk time. Yeah. And Captain ain't been Kirkin so far. But I'm hoping against the Packers he can get it done just because it's a division matchup. But that Packers defense is solid, pretty solid. Losing Thielen, we talked about earlier, could affect his production. But I think with Osborne and Justin Jefferson, he still has enough. I'm playing those guys. I'm playing Dalvin Cook in this one. Of course, for the Packers, I'm going with your Aaron Jones, Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, who's I think maybe the best wide receiver in the game right now. Packers winning this one, though.
I got the Packers winning, too.
Yeah. Our producer agrees that you got a little bit of salt. Just not a lot.
I'm not salty.
Sprinkle.
I promise
Small
We're
sprinkle.
in the playoffs. Why am I salty for? I have no reason to be salty. I don't. If you would have said
purposes.
the Rams or Arizona, it would have been a lot of. It would have been a lot of
salt in those.
It would have been. It wouldn't have been a little.
What about some Mrs. Dash? A little bit of Mrs. Dash sprinkled in as a salt substitute.
Man, it could have been some accent. Man, I don't care, man. What I'm saying is, man, I'm not salty. They just trash this year. We all know it.
Well, that part is true. They are some trash. So
they trash this year. We gonna call a spade a spade. They trash, and they gonna lose to the Detroit Lions. And when we win, when they win, I'm gonna call you and I'm gonna say, "I told you so."
And I'm gonna be like, "Wow, you called it."
I called it. So. Well, the next game and the
last game
is the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
This was actually the toughest game for me deciding this whole week.
It was really tough for me because I'm gonna tell you why. You got Mr. Interception over there in Baker Mayfield, and you got Mr. stuck in something and can't move, Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
And both of them like to throw interceptions.
Yeah.
So it's really going to come down to defense, which Cleveland has a better defense than Pittsburgh.
They do.
Which Cleveland's going to get after Pittsburgh on defense, get after Ben Roethlisberger. Can Pittsburgh do the same to Baker Mayfield? Now, this is a hard choice. I'm only playing Nigel Harris and Nick Chubb. That's it.
Yeah.
Nobody else.
No, not even Deontay Johnson.
No.
Okay.
Nobody else. Quarterback got to get it to him first. So not happening. This is a tough one. Told you it was a tough one. I'm going out on a limb and I'm going to say the Cleveland Browns are going to win because of defense.
That is a very smart pick. In deep, wise analysis, which is what you bring to R&J Fantasy Football Talk. I'm going to pick the Steelers. And I'm going to pick the Steelers not because of deep analysis. I didn't look at the defenses or anything. But when I was making all my game picks today, our producer was looking over my shoulder and noticed that I hit the favorites on literally every game. So the one game that I'm not picking the favorites is the Steelers. Why am I picking the Steelers?
Hold on. So you're telling me you're going against the grain because you picked all the favorites.
I picked
but
all.
You really don't think Pittsburgh's going to win, though.
I picked all favorites, and I was like, man, I don't want to be completely chalk which team has the potential to actually upset? And I say, Steelers. There you go. That is the expert analysis I bring to RJ Fantasy Football Talk. Why not? So,
okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I have no confidence in the Steelers. They're not a good football team, but
dang, it's just.
But
Angela, I'm sorry, I ain't say all that. I mean, geez,
but
at least
hey,
I was light.
But the Browns aren't a good football team either, for the most part. And so I'm going to say, of those two crappy teams, I'm going to pick the Steelers to be a little less crappy because I love me some Mike Tomlin, and that's all I got. So, and I like I mentioned earlier in the show, I need Ben Roethlisberger to have a really big game. And so I'm hoping his last. Oh, here we go. They're going to be so inspired by his potential last hurrah in Pittsburgh that this Steelers team comes and brings the heat, and that's why there we go. Now I have an actual reason. I'm picking the Steelers because of sentimental blah, 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 blah. Pulling all of this out of the rear end. So
I just got one question for you.
Go for it.
And I know you watched this game. I don't even know why I'm asking you this. Because our producer is a fan of the team they played last week.
Yeah.
Did you watch Ben Roethlisberger last week in Pittsburgh?
He's not good.
No. Did you watch them? Did you actually? Because I know you sat down and watched it because, like I say, the producer is a diehard Kansas City fan. Did you really sit down and watch that game?
Yes.
Okay. And what did you see Pittsburgh do that was really inspiring? That you can say, oh, man. Now, don't get me wrong. Cleveland did play bad, too. Baker Mayfield should have been benched.
Yeah.
But they had nobody there that's better than him. But I just don't get it. Like, what are you watching?
Last hurrah in Pittsburgh. I'm putting everything. Plus, it's a division matchup, so throw everything out the window. I'm saying Pittsburgh Steelers are gonna have the heart, and they're gonna look decent for this 1 week.
I don't know about that. I don't even think Angelo think his team will win. And the thing is, Angelo probably feel like me as a fan of the 49ers that we can win every week. And I understand, Angelo, you should feel that way. But did you watch Kansas City just run up and down the field against them last week?
Hey, Kansas City Chiefs are looking like Super Bowl contenders right now. So the fact that they couldn't beat them, that means nothing.
I mean, did you see the turnovers that Big Ben had last week?
Am I saying Big Ben is good? This is an emotional response.
It's very emotional.
And emotionally, the Steelers are going to be in a place where they're going to want to play really well. They need to play really well this week anyway, for their own hopes. So I think they can do it.
Okay. Well,
I mean, come on. Tell me you're feeling really confident on leaning on Baker Mayfield.
No, I'm not. I think what's going to happen.
The defense is why you're picking them, and that's not a bad.
I'm picking the defense.
Yeah.
And I'm picking because of Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
They seen what Baker did last week. Baker threw 4 interceptions.
Baker is a terrible quarterback.
He's terrible.
Yes.
And one of their star players came out last week and said, "Look, man, we're gonna play whatever quarterback they put back there."
Yeah.
No belief in him at all.
None at all.
Period. So
neither should there be.
It's gonna be the Nick Chubb show and the defensive show.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
It's right here. It's that emotional heart that will lead the Steelers to do things that you.
You gotta see what Angela.
Yeah, I'm reading it.
Thank you.
But because
it was embarrassing last week.
Because they were embarrassing, they're gonna play that much harder this week.
And you really believe that?
I really believe it now. I didn't believe it before I started, but somewhere in my speech, I started to believe that maybe I'm not crazy.
I would give you the Tomlin thing because he's from the area.
Yes.
We love Tomlin. He's from the area. We give him all that. It's not his fault that they're losing. No. It's just Ben Roethlisberger, he sits back there, can't move. Yeah. And they hand the ball off to Nigel Harris 35 times, 40 times a game, and they down by 40. I'm just saying. Deontay Johnson is not going to be a factor this week because they can't get him the ball.
And he started dropping the ball again. Like he'd gotten over his drops like the whole season, and now suddenly wants to drop the ball again. So he's got to get over that. But Let's say there's a chasm of difference between playing the Chiefs and playing the Browns, and so after that game with the Chiefs, the Browns are going to look like a very easy game by comparison. So that's why I'm going with the Steelers.
Next year, Cleveland and Pittsburgh will have two different quarterbacks. They will have different quarterbacks next year.
They should.
Yeah.
They should.
Yeah. Definitely Pittsburgh, but I think Cleveland will too.
Yeah. But the interest is that the hate for Cleveland, that's what's going to bring them to the top.
I guess, man. I mean, I get it, Angelo, man. Look, I'm with you on everything. My hate for every team in our division is real. They might be right. I am a little salty at times. I'm not salty now, but I tend not to root for nobody in our division, period, because I don't like them.
Well, let's go with one more thing. The last time these two teams played, it was in Cleveland, and the Steelers won. Not by a lot, but the Steelers won. They can do it again.
All right.
There you go.
I got you.
We got so 16 games. We only disagree on 2 of them. So that means by default, I am going to be the once and again R&J Fantasy Football champion. Now the question would be, will I lead the league I group altogether? Because I am in a tie with Angelo
I'm about to say,
on game pick. But I'm talking about between you and me. Between you and me, I am the superior game picker 2 years running.
That's all good.
And we'll see what happens.
I did make
of course,
brain.
Now I gave Angelo all my game picks. So
well, it's kind of
So he knows where to go for our competition, because we're in a tie right now. So we'll see who wins that one altogether. But I think I'm gonna get all 16 games right this week. So
I tried my hardest. I played good near the end, but the only thing I worry about now is my championships.
Yes,
that's it.
You got 2 more to go. I've got 3 heading on, so we'll be back with some results. And so hopefully everyone that's watching, if you're still in your championship games, I wish most of you well. There's one guy listening that I don't wish well because I'm playing against him. But
it shouldn't be that way though.
It shouldn't
be that way.
I shouldn't be that way.
I take that back. You should.
I should be that. I was like, why would I root for somebody I'm playing against?
You should be that way. I give you that.
I'm trying to get that trophy.
You should want to be
in that particular league. This is my 3rd year in a row in the championship, and I have been empty-handed the last 2. So this 3rd time, I got to bring it home, or I'm in I'm gonna be the new LeBron James of championships. So
I will say this, people. It's one championship that he wanted this year, and it was supposed to be me and him in the championship.
Yeah,
and it didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
It didn't happen. He got to play better next time.
I do. So.
Got to play better next time. And that, I'm telling you right now, you will want to be in that championship.
But I was the regular season champion in that championship, and that'll tide me over. So it's crazy. Before we go, because we've gone through our games. In that particular league, me and another fellow were 1-2, like literally the whole year. Neither one of us is in the championship game. So you're in there and another player.
Tell them where I finished at. I finished in 6th place.
You were 6th place.
I barely made
it in. But you took it all the way to the championship. So congrats, Steve. That's basically the thing that we say all the time. It don't matter where you finish as long as you get in. If you get in, you can win. So do your thing. Good luck to everybody that's playing in the championship game. We wish you the best. Even my father, who I'm playing against, I'm going to wish you well. I still hope I win, but I'm going to wish you well. And to everybody else, even if you're out of fantasy football, enjoy just regular football. You can do that now and have some fun with it. And please keep joining us. We'll be back giving the great fantasy football advice next week and next year. So stay tuned. So we can hopefully get you in a championship game next week.
Well, look, you know what I say. We here. We ain't going nowhere. We appreciate y'all. Definitely, this is not the last show, but almost.
Almost.
But we appreciate y'all. Second year, definitely. We have made a lot of headway.
Yeah.
Because it's funny, we were just talking earlier. I was watching the first show we ever did. And it wasn't nothing like this, I tell you that. It was curtains in the back and with blinds in the back. It was crazy. So it was nothing like this. So, but
we've improved dramatically.
We improved a whole lot, people. I try to tell you so. But definitely keep checking in with us. Definitely, if you got any questions, hit us on Instagram, Facebook. You know where to find us. Everything's up top. Check out the website. But we there. We ain't going anywhere. Let's go.
All right. Peace out.
Good luck this week.
Good luck, everybody. Win these championships. Peace.
Good.